Good morning, my friends. Welcome to today's episode of Blunt Cake. It's Blunt Cake number 10. Today, I'm going to get blunt about this idea of we need to stop treating our emotions or feelings as though they're the enemy. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in today's Blunt Cake. As always with Blunt Cake, go gently with yourself. These can be confronting things. They can be very uncomfortable, can be unpleasant to deal with at first, but they are very powerful insights into our own healing. But again, go gently with yourselves. If your body's like, nope, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to deal with this today, respect that. Give yourself the space and capacity you deserve and the respect of your space and capacity, and watch this when you're ready. All right. So if you're new to me, good morning. I'm happy to have you here. I'm Marshall Bircher, and I help codependents rediscover their well-being, their happiness, and their satisfaction after narcissistic abuse. Before we get started, I'm going to share this out to the community. The community is your safe haven here on the internet, where you can find tools, guidance, and support in your journey out of narcissistic abuse and out of codependency and into your well-being, your happiness, back into your joy and into discovering maybe even the first time your own happiness and who you are and what you want in your world. So that's what we do there. The link is above on Facebook and below on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to go click the button here. Okay, so we're gonna put that there and then here. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how things are for you by commenting below. Let me know what you get out of today's training. So Blunt Cake number 10, stop treating your feelings like they're the enemy. So this is a biggie, because most of the time we've been raised, especially if we're codependent, we've been raised to believe that our emotions are a problem. There's something we have to solve, something we have to get rid of, something we have to fix or neutralize or somehow control in order for us to be ideal, to be lovable, to be deserving, to be safe, to be worthy. And the reason we feel this way is because of what we have been through. Okay? The emotions that are showing up in us when we have, in response to our own emotions, in response to our own needs, wants, and feelings, aren't there because of who we are. They are there because of what you've experienced in relationship to those things. This is called reflection. So growing up, you had feelings, you expressed those feelings, and then someone else responded to them a specific way. You internalized an emotional response to that, to your feelings, based on their response. So if they were like, hey, this matters to me, I care about you, this is valuable, I see you, this matters, then they'll be like, you're going to have a warmth towards your feelings, a warmth towards your needs and wants. But if that person was dismissive, critical, they shamed you, they guilted you, they got angry, they ignored you, they pushed you away, then internally you're going to be going, okay, these are wrong. There's something wrong with these things. And that imbues a sense of shame and guilt towards these feelings, wants, and needs. This is what has taught us to treat our feelings as though they're the enemy. And this gets especially challenging and a little bit pernicious when we get into our own healing, because we start our own healing work and we're trying to get out of our feelings. We're trying to get rid of them. We're trying to stop them. Maybe we're going through a breakup. Maybe we've gone into no contact. Maybe we're confronting some trauma or some shame or fear, or anxiety, or insecurity. And we're like, I hate these feelings. I hate them. Got to get rid of them. Bleh. This is us treating our feelings as though they're the enemy. Sometimes we approach it as, hey, they're in the way of getting where I want to be. That is treating our feelings as though they're the enemy. And this kind of response we have to our own emotions, our own feelings, wants, and needs, is the same response we dominantly experienced from others. So we are playing out our programming. We are doing what we know to do in response to feelings. Now, our challenge here, and the blunt cake here, is that we have to stop treating them as the enemy, because they aren't the enemy. The way we were treated is a reflection of how the other person regarded us, regarded our feelings, wants, and needs, not a reflection about the value of those needs. So I'll say that again. It's a reflection, how they treated us is a reflection of how they regarded us, not a reflection of the actual value and importance of those feelings, wants, and needs. Our work here, our journey here, is to radically own our emotions and say, this, I own it. This is how I feel. This is a legitimate way to feel. I feel this because of what I've been through. We want to endorse and validate our emotions rather than try to fix, control, or neutralize them. Because if we're not connecting to our emotions, we're not connecting to us. Because our emotions are an expression of our internal selves, our inner children, so to speak. They are a signal that something has happened and that part of ourselves needs attention. It needs attention, care, connection, reciprocation. It needs nurture. It's important to do that because that's actually how we heal. Healing isn't, oh, I got rid of the feeling. Healing is like, I've acknowledged it and I have allowed it to accomplish closure. There's a number of different tools out there in the world that can help us accomplish this, varying rates of speed and depth and efficacy. But ultimately, it starts with being willing to acknowledge that I feel this way. We can become our own ally, especially an ally to our emotions. Our sense of shame drops, our sense of guilt drops, our sense of confidence skyrockets. Our clarity about what is ours and what isn't leaps into view. We become very boundaried, very anchored in who we are because we're attuned to ourselves. We're listening to ourselves. We are treating ourselves with value, importance, priority, and respect. We are giving ourselves the love we deserved to have when we were growing up. It is time for us to treat our emotions as an ally, not an enemy. They are sincerely not in the way of you getting what you want. In fact, a lot of times, what you want is a response or reaction to a pain. And it's not necessarily what you want. It's just like, this feels better than that, so I'll go with this. The real journey here, the real challenge, is to release or bring closure to that pain and discover what's genuinely alive in you so that you can go and pursue and have that instead. That's the magic here. And that all starts with coming into contact, acknowledging, and then legitimizing and allowing those emotions to integrate. That allows us to become our own ally. It also prevents us from being manipulated deeply because we catch it really, 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 really quick. We're like, something's off here. So I don't have to question the validity of my emotions. Instead, I can slow down and go, well, my emotions are signaling this. I've got a sense here. And then I can look at reality and go, what is actually going on? And determine what is real and then make a response to that. Helps us stay sober. Helps us stay anchored in our yard. It helps us build out, helps us know what we want and what we need and how we want it and how we need it. Because frankly, in healthy relationships, the people involved in those relationships care about, one, how you feel, and they care about how you get your needs met and how you get your wants met, because they want to understand you. They want to connect with you. That's the point in relationship, is connection and some fulfillment. So Pam shares, emotions as an ally is a new concept. Interesting things. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, when I allied with my feelings and I allowed my feelings to be an ally with me, I've started to understand myself and understand reality at a really deep level. It's like, No wonder I'm feeling this way. I'm not getting my needs met, or this happened and I don't really like that. I'm not going to do that again. Or wow, this really is working for me. I'm going this direction. See, it really works in our behalf. It assists us in our own satisfaction, our own success, our own capability in making magic happen for us. It's also where we're going to find our happiness. It's also where we're going to find our satisfaction, because guess what? Happiness, satisfaction are feelings. They're emotions. And if we're not open to and in a warm relationship with our emotions, wants, and needs, we're going to have a hard time being happy. We're going to have a hard time feeling it. We're going to have a hard time identifying it and pursuing it in our world. So, my friends, stop treating your feelings as though they're the enemy, because they're not. They're your ally in your journey. And if you're in the deep, painful states of healing, legitimize those emotions. Of course I feel this way. I'm really hurting. I've been through hell. That's care. That's love. That's compassion. That's being on your side. And see what happens as you do that. Watch how your relationship with yourself, your confidence, with your sense of value shifts and grows. And watch what your healing does. Because generally it's going to collapse. The healing is going to collapse into closure a lot faster. And you're going to get a lot more sanity and a lot more peace. A lot more clarity. So, that's today's Blunt Cake. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you. Remember that you're worth knowing, loving, and keeping. Go safely out there, and I will see you guys in our next training video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.